If you want to land a job, you gotta optimize your LinkedIn profile. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to do to optimize your profile, attract recruiters, and land your dream job. If you're watching this, you probably understand the importance of optimizing your LinkedIn profile. It is the best way to gain visibility, attract recruiters, and showcase yourself to hiring managers. But what all does this include? I'm going to tell you the 14 things you need to do to optimize your profile. This video is going to serve as more of a checklist than tutorial, so I'm going to go through each one of these very quickly. But for the LinkedIn sections that I'm going to mention first, I have a free LinkedIn course right here on my YouTube channel where I cover how to optimize each of these in depth, so be sure to go check out all of those if you haven't already. But with all of that being said, let's jump right in. Number one, you need to have a profile photo. This should be professional and friendly. This is your first impression that you give somebody on LinkedIn, so you want to make sure this is very good. Second, you need to have a good banner photo. A lot of people waste the space on their profile by not even having a banner, but that is great real estate on your profile because it's literally right at the top, so everybody that comes to your profile is going to see your banner, so you need to have one and you need to make the most of it. Number three, you need to have a great headline. Your headline shows up anytime you do anything on LinkedIn, so it's super important that you make the most of it, so you need to know how to optimize it for whatever field that you're in, utilizing keywords, and again, selling yourself because this is one of the first things somebody will see of you on LinkedIn. Number four is your About section. Hopefully at this point you have wooed people with your profile photo, your banner, and your headline, and now they want to learn more about you, and so they come to your About section. Your About is where you can give a little bit more info about you and your skills, so again, make sure that you use this to its fullest potential. Number five, you need to add your education. This is a great way to grow your network as well as attract recruiters. A lot of people on LinkedIn love to add people that went to their school, so they will search for people that went to the same college. And then also recruiters can find people that utilize keywords in their profile, and along with the other sections like your headline and your About section, you can include a lot of those keywords here in your education. Number six is you need to add your experience. Just like with the education section, people love adding those that they worked at the same company as, so this is a great way to build your network. And also recruiters will often come to this section to see what your experience looks like, so you want to make sure to include any relevant projects that you've worked on, any important keywords, or anything else that will impress recruiters. Number seven is a custom URL. Whenever you create a LinkedIn profile, it creates a really basic URL so that if you share your profile, it has your URL listed when somebody can click on it, but you can actually go in and make a custom URL. You can find out how to do this very easily on YouTube, but this is another great way to look professional and stand out. Number eight is you need to add your skills. Recruiters always search on LinkedIn for skills that are needed for a certain job. So for me as a data analyst, a few important skills might be SQL, Excel, and Power BI. So I want to make sure that I list those on my profile so I show up in a recruiter's search. Number nine is endorsements. If you've worked with someone and they've seen up close how good you are with those skills that you listed, you can ask them to really quickly go into LinkedIn and endorse that skill. This is super low effort and a low ask for somebody that you've worked with, and it's a great way to get extra evidence that you have the skills that you say that you do on your profile. Number 10 is recommendations. Recommendations are kind of like endorsements, but a little bit higher effort. Instead of them just saying that you have a skill, this will usually be a short written testimonial of what it was like to work with you. So maybe if you have a good relationship with a former boss or a former coworker, you can ask them to write this little testimonial for you so it'll show up on your profile. Number 11 is your featured section. Your featured section is listed near the top of your profile, and it basically showcases what you want everybody who comes to your profile to see. So you could have a link to a post you made, a link to a portfolio, a link to your resume, whatever you want to add here. Again, this is something that you really want to showcase. So if somebody comes to your profile, they will see this before they get to a lot of your other sections. Number 12, you need to reach 500 plus connections on LinkedIn. LinkedIn, once you hit over 500 connections, it automatically just says 500 plus connections at the top of your profile. And this is a great way to show others that you're established on the platform. And also this tells LinkedIn and its algorithm that you're not just someone fake who hardly uses the platform. This shows both LinkedIn and recruiters that you're active on there, which is exactly what you want to do on LinkedIn. To reach this number, you can start by just adding 10 or 15 people a day. You can start with everybody you know, whether that's friends, family, former colleagues, former classmates, anything like that. And then you can try adding people at companies that you've worked at, colleges that you went to, colleges that you want to go to, companies that you want to work at, people in your field, anything like that, but you should strive to hit that 500 connections mark. Tip number 13 is use keywords. I mentioned this a little bit before, but whenever a recruiter is searching for people, they will often search for industry-related keywords. So you want to have these keywords in every section, including your headline, your about, your education, and your experience section. So again, for me as a data analyst, I might include things like SQL, Power BI, dashboards, stuff like that a recruiter might search for. So that way, when they're searching for somebody that they need to hire, I will pop up because that's exactly what I want. And then finally, number 14 is you need to engage regularly on LinkedIn. You do not need to post every day, but by posting occasionally and commenting on other people's posts and engaging in other ways, this shows LinkedIn, recruiters, your network that you're active on the platform, you can bring value. And again, when you're trying to land a job in a difficult job market like the one that we're in, you want to be top of mind for people in your network in case there's a job that comes up. They might be like, oh, I know Elijah's looking for a job and I know from his posts and his comments that he really knows his stuff. Maybe I should refer him. So it's super important that you stay active on LinkedIn, you post occasionally, you comment on other people's posts, and you just try to provide value and engage in any way that you can. Anyway, I know that I went super quickly through that checklist, but I just wanted to kind of give you a full rundown of what all is needed to optimize your LinkedIn profile. And again, this is near the end of my LinkedIn course right here on YouTube. So if you want to go more in depth into many of the sections that I just covered, be sure to go check out all of the other videos. And whether you want to learn about data or LinkedIn, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to my channel. I post a brand new video every single week, helping you become the best that you can be. And with that, I'll see you next week.